I'm recording this episode in a coffee shop in Minneapolis. This is One Page Weekly with Nick Slavik. Quitting. Data plus feelings. 45% of people quit marriages. 80% of New Year's resolutions are failures by February. The average employee will change their entire career 5 to 7 times over the course of their life. Only 7% of people successfully quit smoking on their first try. It's never occurred to me to quit. At least when it comes to my chosen profession. It's morphed over the years, to be fair. I started working with my father, hoped to grow what I've grown with him, my mother, and my brother, but that wasn't in the cards. For over a decade. After that, I never thought about quitting being a master craftsperson. Then I was exposed to what a professional business looks like. Now I'm on a quest to find where that leads me. I can't imagine it ends with me quitting. And as I sit in this coffee shop in Minneapolis, I realize that it's never occurred to me to quit this either. Choose your metaphor. I've burned the boats, I've burned the bridges, I'm basically unemployable. No option B, no contingency. Depending on your risk and reward profile, this is either life-giving or crippling, a great litmus test for the entrepreneur. I think this is a good thing, but I'm open to the idea that it's not a fully formed life philosophy. I've been prone to the sunk cost fallacy, or the decision trap that commonly manifests in an example like this. I've been in this failing marriage for 8 years already, and I would hate to lose those years. You can easily extend this metaphor to a business. I've only been married once, always will be. Besides the Army and as a stint as a stock boy at a hardware store, I've basically had one job my entire life. Heck, I've only owned 2 homes, and unless I find a little historic cabin on a weedy pike lake in the wilderness of northern Minnesota, it's likely I will only own 2 homes in my entire life. I change vehicles only when I give one to one of my employees to drive. And when I devote myself to a nonprofit, I see it through as far as I can leverage my servant leadership. Why do I say all this? I can appreciate people who take the risk of quitting, and I love the people who are deeply committed to a single thing. And I so truly admire people who find the love, beauty, and peace in whatever life gives them. I see myself in each of these in various parts of my life. Some things I've deeply examined, made lists of pros and cons, and had outsiders consult on decisions. Some things I've never even thought about, just carried on a course of constant progression and improvement. Totally committed. But I did quit big once. I quit my original family business, and a multi-decade legacy of trade's reputation. If I had to do it again, I would, and with violent action. If I had to do the same thing today, I'd be more stressed, mainly because I'd have so much more life under my belt now, and I know it was at risk. It did not seem like a risky thing then, and probably wasn't. And it was the right choice. I never considered quitting this beautiful craft, and now this beautiful thing called entrepreneurship. But the path through which I've gone was not what I thought it would be. When I was scraping a barn with my father when I was 12 years old, I did not see myself live broadcasting on the internet, reading this thing to you, or leading the strategy and vision of the industry's 140-year-old plus nonprofit. Maybe there's a lesson to all this. Deep devotion to a direction, a purpose, and to your core values is the best strategy, even when, and maybe especially when, the exact path is unclear. So my wish for myself and my family is that we find our passions, pursue and practice them with intention, and be open to what the universe has in store for us, even when the path feels uncertain. And don't ever quit, unless you have to. Then quit with unrestrained, brutal action. But keep to your purpose. This has been One Page Weekly with Nick Slavik.